Hey there, David Moss. We just got a new version of FSD 14.3.4. Looks to be a bug release, but let's find out if that's the truth or not. But again, no release note changes. It still has expand reasoning beyond parking and adding pothole avoidance. Those two will be added on a future update, probably in version 14. But nevertheless, we're still there. We still have all our favorite things. And 14.3.4 is consensus best FSD release of all time. Hey Grok, take me to Jackson's convenience store in Puyallup, sort of by the South Hill Mall.
Navigating to Jackson's food stores at 502 37th Avenue Southeast in Puyallup. It's about 2.1 miles away, 6 minutes.
Goodbye. So, backing up, off to the race. Is automatically selected parking lot. I've never been in a Tesla to this convenience store. I used to go to this convenience store a bunch when I was a teenager. Shout out to Amp Energy. I would buy the regular OG like Mountain Dew type flavor, 2 for $3. Look where the time in the world has come. I'm only 29 years of age, but 2 for $3, it was quite the steal. Get hyped before high school, but I don't know what made me think of going there tonight, other than I knew it was a route that was going to take us through this nearby park that on last couple FSD releases, including earlier today on another version of 14.3.4, it gave me trouble at this park entrance crosswalk. We got a car approaching. Car does the double creep, but in a good way. It did need the room and to give the space. And we're off. We're in standard profile tonight. That was another thing to test on the way driving by this park, is that it was going 33 miles an hour in a 25 zone, and it's almost a school zone in the sense that it's a busy area full of children, families, and all that. But we'll have some fun and see what we can discover. In true David Moss fashion, not caring about his battery whatsoever, we're at 98% leaving. And let's see what our efficiency in this 2025 Model 3 rear-wheel drive premium can be. The most efficient road trip spec out there, especially now that the Model S is no longer being produced. So, beautiful day here in the Pacific Northwest. Hope everything went well and fantastic and beautiful with your weekend. But what a exciting time to be alive. Okay, we're gonna drop down to 30-mile-an-hour zone, and it did nothing to react. Normally I feel like in this, I drive by this all the time. It normally does a good job of reacting. Today I drove my mother around. Happy birthday, Mom. We went out to dinner, the three of us, an only child, and I was showing her FSD, and I was in a chill and sloth only type day, and it did slow down there earlier. They read the speed limit sign immediately. So we're turning here, 4-way stop. Guy was taking a right, we're taking a right. Let's see what it does. We're in a 25-mile-an-hour zone. Like I said, we're at 30, 31. So we're at 32 miles an hour, and we are in a true 25-mile-an-hour zone. And historically, they have been a little more lenient on there. So, not looking to set any records today. So let's just drop that down to chill. And we'll see on there. Actually, just for this brief second, because we're getting to this crosswalk, let's put it in Mad Max, just to see if it'll freak out. Normally it freaks out at this crosswalk, even in regular versions of 14.3. All right, and it did great on there. So not sure too wide. Now we're going 34 and a 25. Even in standard, put it back to standard and it did not adjust. So the cool thing about FSD 14.3.4 is that it will, when you get close to your destination, it will pop up the parking menu and make you confirm. You don't have to confirm, but you make sure that you've selected the right option. Very robotaxi-esque. And when you put in the destination, it'll say, you know, driving to the mall, driving wherever. So we're just finishing our drive. Here. Okay, well, let's see how the parking does. Car approaching. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so I guess there is parking there, but like right in the front of the store, you had all the spots in the world where any sane person would have parked. It's gonna find a parking spot, but with all those spots right in front of the convenience store, not an acceptable place to park by any means. Especially that's where the pin was too. All right, so we're kind of on the line, but we're in the zone. We're not on the line, we're just close to it. We're fine on there. Hey Grok, take me to Trapper's Sushi in Puyallup.
Navigating to Trapper's Sushi, about 3.3 miles away, 8 minutes. It's closed until Monday morning, heads up.
So why I wanted to try this Trapper's Sushi is it's on this long strip mall, I guess you could call it, parking lot. But the big kicker is, well, now that we're doing that, but it's good enough time than ever to talk about the ongoing FSD streak of 9,102.4 miles. Pretty damn exciting. So you won't see any disengagements in this drive unless absolutely safety critical. We're parking in the back of all day long and not complaining about Jackson's Food Store. But going back to Trapper's, I like that because the strip mall, so this Trapper's is going to be on the left-hand side, and we're going to move it to Pullover, which is the new curbside, and we're going to see what it does because the restaurant's on the left and all the spaces are like street parking. I'm sure it'll be empty, but I'm just curious to see if it'll pull into a spot, and then it will pull into the right. Will it find a nav to kind of pull it in on the left? I don't know. It's interesting enough. City environment. Coming to you today on the new GoPro Mission 1 Pro. So 2 Pros in the name. We're trying out the low light mode for the first time. Be completely honest, it's not impressing me from the image preview before leaving the driveway, but we will see in the back. But we may have to start pulling out our full frame camera for all drives. But as you can imagine, that is a heavy, annoying beast to set up. I'm gonna need to buy quite the suction cup. So we're back. Oh, we're back. I was gonna say we're back in standard. Just putting it in there. It wasn't chill. It was going 2 miles an hour over. Pretty decent traffic for a suburb at 10:40 in the evening. curious in this instinct. I feel like it's going to pass on the right. I don't know why, but we'll see. But nevertheless, this is kind of a straight shot. Not a crazy interesting drive. I'll make it try to do more of a back roads, turn, low light scenario. (7-Eleven) popping. 10:42 in the evening on a Sunday. Alright, stop light ahead, and it started to brake before even the car in front of us. Just had a Model Y Standard pass us. Not the biggest fan. It's like the 5th one I've seen in this town today. Not a very big town by any means. They're all over the place. Insane value. Super happy. FSD demo went great today with my mother. Love her to death. Is not the greatest car passenger, and she did awesome with FSD. We drove from here about a half hour on city streets for a dinner, and then we drove back. We had to go to the mall to run an errand. Dropped her right off in front of the store and everything. Oh, this Model Y Standard from California too. You're a long ways from home. And that guy is towing a car in a non-tow mode with no lights or anything whatsoever. Pretty crazy, you know. People will do. So 9,100 miles on the streak. Those of you that do not know, my first kind of regarded streak was 12,961 miles. And we're getting very, very close to that. This streak is a little bit different. If I'm being completely honest, they're being a lot different, especially in a purist sense. Before, it was like the streak was just this counter here and the self-driving page where it tracked everything since 14.2, but you couldn't drive anything whatsoever without it going against your streak and your overall FSD percentage. But so for 12,961 miles, that was true 100.0 FSD. I did not drive a single inch. Now though, the streak is basically, when is the last time you had to forcefully intervene while FSD was engaged? So right now, for the last couple months, my driving has been like, I believe it's down to 99.7%. And then I do move the car sometimes when I need to. And like, if you drive it manually, you can do the whole entire drive manually, and you just don't have to, if you do not engage FSD, it does not go against the streak. But nevertheless, it is still insanely impressive. Yet again, 9,105 miles of FSD usage in a row without having to take it over. So the Trapper Sushi is right here on the left where I was hoping to go, and I was so curious to see what the pin will do. We have street parking on both sides, and it is choosing the right-hand side, and I wonder if it will finish in between these two spots or if it will just get in the middle of them. So we are, I guess we're kind of technically, yeah, we're in it. It's not in the middle of them. We didn't pick street parking though. We just pressed curb stop curbside. I guess the new pullover. Let me find a destination that's somewhat on the way home. Let's see. Military. I know there's, yeah, here's the Shell gas station, the one I always go to before golfing at my closest golf course, High Cedars. Make sure to get my Cliff Bars and such. So we're off on the way there. We're just gonna do curbside yet again. Yeah, we'll do the parking. To be completely frank, it does not park the best here, is why I automatically wanted to go to curbside. But that does not make me a good FSD reviewer, and we will put it in difficult situations. So get to drive a bit through here. So we'll have about 10 minutes to get to... Oh, I did not want that. It's kind of... Alright, I'm going to put in this elementary school temporarily just to get it to go. Alright, so it only moved like that. I think it's doing a better job at this, at like last minute navigation changes for lanes. I noticed that earlier. I had to make a change just like that at the last minute for a real legitimate reason. I got a call that I went to go pick up some pizza, and then I forgot the side, and so I put the pizza place back in, and then it rerouted just like that. So that was the only reason you saw that hesitation. It was good. So once we get close to elementary school, we'll just put back in the Shell, and we'll be on our way. A little more of aggressive tight turn. You may have heard some stuff rattle around in the back seat. A little, not the greatest turn I've ever seen, but certainly not necessarily bad either. So this should be more of a very dark environment, especially relative to the main road in town on here. And we'll, again, once we get close, once the parking thing pops up, I will take it. We'll go back to the Shell, and then we'll end this video nearby home. Okay. Quick left, quick right. Now we're driving Pier neighborhood, Pier Pitchback Road. This is exactly what I was hoping. And we'll see what it does more in a neighborhood environment. Speed limit things. I just saw some kind of animal. It was way far for FSD to need to do anything. Maybe it was a cat or something. I can't tell off in there, but something small. Matrix headlights on. It's doing 25 and a 25, even in standard. So it's reading the situation well. Okay, sharp turn here. Handled it great. The slightest bit of hesitation at the end, but we're talking minute criticizing at this point. Great job with the speed bump. That was a two-way stop. Nobody there, did the right thing. Here comes another speed bump. Okay, I'm gonna take a right here. So back on a well-lit road, 35 miles an hour. It's doing 39 now. No complaints. This is great. So once we get past our turnoff, I will adjust our trip. All right, coming up to a light, currently red. There's a motorcycles use extreme caution, so maybe there's some dirt, debris, rocks, etc. right here. Concerned steel plates ahead. Okay. Ooh, there's a road closure. Do not enter. Am I able to map that out? What intersection was that? No, I guess that was, thinking about it in my head, it was only closed on the other way, the other side of the street. Okay, we just passed our trip. Perfect. Reroute. Alrighty, driving to Shell, it says. Horrible efficiency, this drive relative to what I normally get. 250 watt hours a mile. I don't know if it's because of the AC or what, but that's a little higher for how slow we're going. Maybe the tires are cold or what? No, the tires are fine. PSI wise. Now we're on a very, again, pitch black, unlit road. Hopefully we get some kind of rabbit or something. Car up ahead on the right. It seems to be stopped, like on the curbside type deal. Let's see what'll happen. Okay, it just stopped. So we didn't get to interact, unfortunately. But whatever being said, FSD did not hesitate. Not that that was expected for it to do so. Of course, FSD is golden. Okay, we're turning. Back to a 25, coming up to a two-way stop. It's clear. FSD's probably going to double creep because of the left blind, and it did, but that was probably the right call. But a human probably honestly could have done that a little faster. So for those of you who don't know, I'm closing in on the warranty period, so got to make a 50,000 mile review video. We're, what are we, mid-June? Tomorrow will be the 17th or 15th of June. And we will be at 50,000 miles. I purchased this vehicle in September of 2025, the 20th to be exact. So we're at about 6,900 miles a month average. I've put a post out on X. Follow me there at David Moss, just my name, at David Moss, no underscores or anything. And put a post on there asking people if I should get the warranty or not get the extended warranty. It's $50 a month. I already had $250 worth of Tesla store credit. I did not own a single piece of Tesla merch. It's not my thing. Not a big logo guy for the most part. Okay, we're turning. Great turn. Not a big logo guy, so not sure what I'm going to do with $250. And the fact that my car has free supercharging for a year. Nevertheless, I don't know where that point was going. There's a Cybertruck. What was I talking about? Okay, creep for the car. That was golden. Now we're back on a more main road. Man, it's late. I really don't know where I was going with that. Apologies. All right, 0.7 miles to go. It's got to make a sharp left-hand turn, cross the lane, into the lot. And then we'll see if it can find parking. Oh, glad that came up so I can adjust. That was perfect. That was absolutely a perfect reason, because we made all those adjustments, elementary school and stuff, and I said we were going to make this park instead. Oh, okay. I don't know why. Maybe it's illegal to take a left-hand turn in there. Normally I would have just taken a left here and then pulled left. Yeah, look at that. It's gonna turn. I guess that's turning right into it. Maybe, yeah, there's a suicide. I don't know, maybe it's a double yellow or something. It's one of those things that a human, if a cop's not looking, you probably turn into. But it's going to take the long way for no reason. That's disappointing. Okay, but that must be the law. We'll take a look when we get there. This is an incredibly blind turn. It's waiting for cars. Oh yeah, I got to creep my head. All right, it's clear. But yeah, this is like a 270-degree turn. This is great. I'm going to have to remember this. Granted, I'm never home, but nice nevertheless. Okay, now it's going to take a left. Okay, that was a complete phantom brake. Okay, we snapshot of that. That was, yeah, hard to say on there. That was not good. That was not good, FSD. It recovered itself well, but that was, yeah, that was not good. So we're going to take a left here and then immediate right into the shell. I got to turn the Wi-Fi back on so I can upload that later. Perfect. Okay, light turning yellow. The other direction. All right, we got a protected left. Okay, guy turning left. He did not have his turn signal on. That was the right move. FSD. Okay, let's see what it does for spot. And there we go. There is paint marks after all. And let's see. Looks like we're close to the line again, but we are within it on there. So that was fine. That wasn't, again, it wasn't like dead in the middle. Let's find somewhere we can end this video, pull it over. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. That's good enough. I'm tired. That's David Moss signing out. That was the newest version of FSD 14.3.4.